Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Friday, the 4th of April, 2025. So we're starting here with a synoptic, as it was at lunchtime yesterday, with high pressure up over Iceland and low pressure down in the sort of North Atlantic, just off the west coast of sort of Northern Africa. And that was giving us an easterly flow and some quite nice weather yesterday, albeit a little bit windy at times. There's not much going to change today. If we run that through midnight last night into lunchtime today, you can see the highs moved a little bit to the west, the lows moved a bit further north, and isobars have kind of lined up across the UK, giving us more easterly flow. It's going to be sort of, a brisk breeze with occasional gusting up to about 20 knots, I think. And there is an occlusion out over sort of Western Ireland, which I think came through last night, brought a bit of rain with it. And if we have a look at the SATPIC, you can see that's the remnants of that occlusion moving northwest as the morning sort of develops. There is clear skies out to the north and east, and I'm hoping that we should get some of those clear skies a little bit later on. The rain radar shows that rain heading out over Wales and out into the Irish Sea, and that's going to clear up. I doubt we're going to see anything throughout the rest of the day in terms of precipitation. And if we look at the forecast rain from about 9 o'clock onwards, we see it clears up quite nicely throughout the day and all disappears off to the northwest. We'll take that right through till about 8 o'clock tonight, which is when we'll be sort of flying till, I would imagine, with the evening group. And there's nothing really to affect there. The ODM TAF are forecasting 0505 knots, cavalcade. There's been a little bit of mist earlier on, a little bit of haze earlier on, but that should have cleared up by now. And Farnborough, very similar, 0606 knots, cavalcade, with a little bit of haze early on. The 1,000-foot wind to the north of us, 080, 20 knots. To the south of us, 100, 25 knots. That kind of gives us an easterly flow to the wind today at 1,000 feet. And if we have a quick look at windy and zoom in on the airfield, we can see that we've got an easterly flow with a little bit north in it to begin with. And as the day goes on, this is about 3 o'clock this afternoon, it's almost straight down the strip. Bear in mind that as you go a little bit higher, it will veer around a little bit. So, yeah, it should be at least straight down the strip this afternoon. The local forecast from the Met Office for this area, again, showing east-northeasterly around to easterly winds throughout the day. A little bit of cloud cover up till about lunchtime, but then clear skies in the afternoon with a fair bit of sunshine. And if you look down at the very bottom here, the UV figures are up in the 3s and 4s throughout the hottest part of the day, from about 11 o'clock in the morning through to about 2, 3 in the afternoon. So it's certainly a day for a bit of sunscreen. GFS are suggesting that lunchtime is going to be about 18 degrees centigrade with the dew point down at about 9. That's a 9-degree split. That should give us something like a 4,500 foot cloud base. Right now we've got 10 centigrade and about 6.5 as a dew point. And looking out the window, we've got that easterly and northeasterly flow, and you can see the back end of that occlusion heading off into the distance. Sky sight then, their cross section is clear of low cloud. They're not forecasting any cumulus at all there really, but they do have a little bit of upper clouds, mid cover and upper level cover up until about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, before that breaks up and the sun really gets underground. But there will be some breaks in the morning, but we will see some sunshine. Thermal wise, like maybe up to about 3,500 feet above sight, 4,000 feet at best in the right in the middle of the afternoon, about 3:30. And the thermal strengths, just a couple of knots, maybe 3 knots at best in about part of the day. However, their potential flight distance isn't great. They're not showing that there's any real potential for going cross country today. And looking at top meteo, If we run this through from 9 o'clock, it doesn't really show any soaring until about 12, with the thermal starting off at maybe about two and a bit thousand feet, and gradually getting better throughout the day, with up at about 4,500 feet in the best part of the day, and then quite a sort of rapid cut off after 5 o'clock. And again, their potential flight distance for the days is quite poor. Maybe the best areas would be down along the south coast into the Southampton airspace, but we won't be going there, will we? So no times today then. 15 out to the west there. Barton Stacey is live firing going on there. 16 is Waverley. It's flare firing, but not until later on in the late afternoon. 19 is West Lavington. There's model rocket firing there. And 20 out to the east, just other side of the Odium mats, is Ash Ranges. Delta 132 is active today. So if we move on to the local airfield briefing, and we'll start with the usual Odium cross section. And you can see we've got pretty much clear skies below 5,000 feet, and we do have cumulus, or altocumulus up there, giving us a bit of top cover. And I suspect that there'll be blue thermals, maybe up to about 4.5 throughout the day. The winds, there's no warnings on the wind, but it is going to be gusting up to about 20 knots. Maybe you can gust 18 to 22 by late afternoon. So please look after the canopies and ground handling when you're out on the airfield. Glider bookings today then, there's a couple of K21s on the course flying as per usual for the summer. There's a K21 on booked flying, there's one on trial lessons, there's single seat availability, and there's a couple of K13s and a K21 available for the casual list and club members to use. There's 5 people on the casual list, and we've got 2 instructors today. So thank you very much for coming out and helping out there. The simulator is available as per usual. There's no movements to report today. The general situation is that there's high pressure to the north, low pressure to the south, brisk easterly winds gusting to 20 knots at times. Ensure someone is holding the canopies whilst you're getting in, because these gusts are rocking the canopies around on the K21s. Pardon me. High UV in the sort of hotter part of the day, from about 11 through to about 3, so sunscreen is a good call today. Runway 09 is in use, cables on the grass to the south, area towing on the north, and please be ready when the cable or the tug arrives. And then the usual do not land or taxi on the disused runways, which are shown here in red, and please clean your gliders at the end of the day. We're now switching from mud on the underside to bugs on the wings, but they still need a wash at the end of the day. Launch point vehicle then will be parked towards the south side, winch launching on the south with the cables on down the side of the runway, just about 10-15 feet in from the edge, and area towing on the north side, landing on the grass as per usual. And that's it from me today. Have a great day's flying, enjoy yourself, have lots of fun, and please keep it safe. See you out there.